result of interviewing Rosie. And I would definitely tell you that everything that we're doing here, you need to do it. You need to reach directly out to Rosie. You need to reach directly out to Marla in order to interview them via Facebook Live. And here's the thing, we now know that they're seasoned professionals and they know how to accommodate that situation. And then we're going to talk about, if you're not being trained, what you need to do. So I'm just going to play us a couple of minutes of music to get us revved up, get everybody situated real nice. Okay. Just a little second. I know we always coming in out here dealing with this snow out here, right? Chicago is snow covered. And let me make sure that we have Cassandra here with us. Yes, we have Miss Cass in the house. Where you at, Miss Cass? Huh? All right. Everybody, I want you to drop me a word. What is your intention for tonight? What's your intention? All right. Oh, my boy Bill Flag here from New Jersey in the house. Yes. Any house head. Throw your hands up. Expansion. Peace. Let's claim it. Woo-hoo. Yes. Yes. Come on now. Give it to me on a Tuesday night. Yes. Hey, Sheila. I see that some people have their hands raised. If your hand is raised, we are going to get to you. I would ask that you type your question down. Oh, learn. Hey. House music all night long.
I know.
Look, this my little... Hey, we getting ready to work. Come on, Miss Cass. What we doing? Work. Hey, work. We got to do that work. We getting ready to put that work in. Work. Let's work these loans. Let's work these programs. Let's work this money out. We want to have rich people problems. What? And save the neighborhood. All right. You ready for us, Miss Cass?
I'm ready. I'm sorry. I just came in from the snow, so I didn't even get a chance to change my clothes. This market's so hot.
Hey,
I'm
this
ready.
market is, look, you ready. You look ready. You look like you out here hitting these foreclosure, potentially short sales. But we're going to allow Miss Cass to introduce our guests this evening, who I will promote both to panelists, just to make sure that they have access and can do screen share if they desire. They are already promoted. All right, Cassandra, take it away, babe.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you all for joining. I wanted to take a moment to introduce our lovely guest. So we have the lovely, the wonderful, the talented Miss Rosie Verdin from IDA. She's a part of our IDA group, and she's our IDA industry partner here at Exit Strategy Realty. Rosie V has been in the community for several decades. She is a strategist, and she is definitely somebody that we all need to know, especially if you are a realtor here in the state of Illinois. So she's going to talk to us about our IDA program and how we can make a better impact with our buyer clients as we move into 2021. So thank you, Rosie, for joining. And then, in no particular order, we have the astounding, the very talented, the always showing us where the money resides, Marla Barch of Cross Country Mortgage LLC. She is one of our preferred partners at Exit Strategy Realty. Marla has been a part of several of our trainings, several webinars. She is always teaching our agents how to be a more competitive agent in this market. So she is more like a family friend than a lender. So these two ladies together, this is a powerhouse, you all. I want you to understand what you're getting into tonight. So those are our guests. And of course, we have the wonderful, the talented host, global virtual keynote speaker, Marky Lemons, Ryle, philanthropist, strategist. What can I say? What else? What else? Throw some extra Marky Lemons out, Ryle's words out there. What do you think you
Look,
all?
I'm gonna tell you what I really am. On Mondays and Tuesdays, I am the sous chef to the chef Austin Rao, and so that is that. Look, I have been reduced to sous
Wow.
chef, just so that you would know.
Wow. And then we can't leave out our broker owner, Nick Leiber, who's also joining us today. Yes. So we're going to talk a lot about, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about some things to help agents become better agents, better stewards of their community. But also, yes, you like that, Marky? You like, I'm coming with that heat today. So yeah, Nick's gonna share with us how we can be strategic in being better stewards. So I'm excited. I'm pushing it back over to you, Miss Markey.
So everyone, definitely get out your pen, okay? I got my pen, my paper, and mind you, I've heard both of these young ladies, but every single time I listen to them, I learn something new. And so if you empty-handed, if you don't have your note-taking app open or use some pen and paper, I want to know, how do you plan to implement these strategies in your marketplace? The first thing, if you have not gotten yourself a great free Zoom account, please do so, because everything that we're doing, you can duplicate it. The same way that it's 85 of you are on here with us this evening, we want you to take Marla and Rosie back to your community, because the programs we're going to talk about, they are needed programs. It is our responsibility to increase home ownership in our communities. And we are in a unique situation where we can eradicate up to $40,000. I said eradicate up to $40,000 in student loan debt while putting people in homes. So having moderate, I would say moderate student loan debt should not be an excuse to not own a home today. And so I guess we're going to start with Rosie this evening to tell us about Ida. And I hear it's $40,000 out here on the street. I want to know more about that money.
All
Hey,
right.
Rosie.
Thank you, Marky. Thank you, Cassandra. I am Rosie Verdin. I am one of the account managers at Ida. As Marky said, Cassandra said, if you need anything, reach out to me or reach out to Marla. So I technically work for Marla. She's the lender expert. I'm the one here in the back room supporting her. So today we're going to talk about the down payment assistance program that Ida currently offers. So I'm going to give you an overview of all the programs, and then we're going to talk about in specific Smartbuy. So all of our down payment assistance programs are available in every county in the state of Illinois. Southern Illinois, Northern Illinois, every county in the state of Illinois. All of our Ida programs are available to first-time buyers and repeat buyers. So you don't have to be a first-time buyer. We have income limits, purchase price limits. So income limits for the Cook, Lake, DuPage, Kane, McHenry, and Will counties, our income limit, and this is the combined income of everyone that's going to be on the loan, only those on the loan. For our area, income limit is 109,200. Again, gross annual income 109,200.
Can I just stress what Rosie just said? For those of you who've been doing Ida for a while, this is a huge, huge, huge change. It used to be the total household income. So if there was a married couple that had $120,000 income, they did not qualify, even if only one of them was on a loan. But now it's only the person on the loan. So if you have a married couple, you could put one of them on the loan or the other to make sure the numbers are within qualification. So it opens up a huge opportunity for a lot of people who didn't qualify before to qualify.
Yep. So, yep. Another thing we don't have loan limits. We have purchase price limits. So for the Cook, Lake, DuPage, Kane, McHenry, and Will counties, single family purchase price limit is $326,781. So if you have a buyer that comes in with a $330,000 purchase price and they want to put the $4,000 difference in, they won't qualify. Purchase contract $326,781. That is the max on a single family. Which brings me to the fact that we will allow the purchase of a single family, a townhouse, condo, and a 2-flat, not a 3 or 4. Max is 2-flat. Ida loans, Ida down payment assistance programs are for the purchase of a primary residence owner-occupied property. So the 2-flat have to live in one of the units. The purchase price limit for the 2-flat in the Cook, Lake, DuPage, Kane, McHenry, and Will counties, $418,333. We also ask for a minimum FICO score, 640. That's across the board. With our down payment assistance programs, just the down payment assistance programs, It doesn't take you any longer, it doesn't take the borrower any longer to close. Marla, she has the money. She has the documents that we need. She has everything. So if you could make it rain. So yeah, so she has everything. If you need a 30-day close or whatever your turn time is, Marla's going to be able to accommodate that for you. We don't have to look at the file beforehand. We trust Marla. We trust her team to get the file done and the file done correctly. So with that, the down payment assistance programs, we have a new down payment assistance program that's out. It's just down payment. It's called Opening Doors. This program provides $6,000 in down payment assistance, and it has a 5-year forgivable lien. So what that means is if the buyer stays in the house for 5 years, after 5 years, they don't have to pay back the $6,000. If they refinance or sell before 5 years, they have to pay a part of it back. So it's prorated on a monthly basis depending on when they refinance or sell. Well, that's one of the newer programs. We still have the IDA Access, the Access Forgivable, the Access Deferred, and the Access Repayable. So we have 4 different down payment assistance programs that are available. I'm giving you an overview here. When you talk to Marla, she's going to give you more details because, again, she's one of our preferred lenders, so she's going to be able to give you all the information when you give her a call. The one program I want to talk about today is the Smartbuy. So Smartbuy program has 2 pieces. So we will give $5,000 in down payment assistance. The $5,000, and you have to go with both. The $5,000 is deferred for 30 years. So what that means is that at some point, the buyers will have to pay back the full $5,000. So if they refinance in 15 years, pay it off at the refinance. If they sell the house in 20 years, pay it off when they sell the house. If they keep the loan for the full 30 years, at the end of the 30 years, they will have to pay back the full $5,000. That's the first piece. So all of our down payment assistance program, this down payment assistance can go towards down payment or closing costs or a combination. The great piece about this program is the student loan assistance piece. So IDA, we will pay 15% of the purchase price that the buyer qualifies for. We will pay 15% of the purchase price to pay off the student loan debt. So the one thing with this program is that all of the student loan debt has to be paid off. So if you have a buyer that qualifies for $200,000 purchase price, 15% of $200,000 is $30,000. If your buyer owes $40,000 in student loan debt, we only give them $30,000 because all they qualified was for $200,000. But that $10,000 difference, if they wouldn't qualify for the program. If they have that difference, whether it's a gift or cash that they have, definitely everything's going to be paid off. All the student loan gets paid off at closing. They'll have to bring that cash out of pocket at closing to pay off the remaining amount. So all student loan debt has to be paid off at closing. So if somebody owes about $80,000 in student loan debt, this program probably is not a good fit for them. But we still have just the regular down payment assistance programs that are out there in case they have that need. So another scenario, buyer qualifies for a $200,000 purchase price, 15%, $30,000. The borrower owes $10,000 in student loan debt. The co-borrower owes $30,000 in student loan debt. $200,000, all they're going to get is $30,000. They have the option of paying off either co-borrowers or borrowers. So in this case, leave the borrowers $10,000 in student loan debt, add that to their monthly payments, make sure they qualify, and we can pay off just the co-borrower student loan debt. But it has to be all of the co-borrower student loan debt. Another scenario, borrower owes $15,000, co-borrower owes $15,000. They're going to get $30,000, pay off both. So again, there's so many different scenarios, so many different situations. And again, with this program, first of all, IDA only IDA only participates with certain lenders and certain mortgage companies, certain banks in all of our IDA programs. On top of that, the Smartbuy program, the loan officers that want to participate in the program have to be certified. Again, Marla is certified. So, call her, talk to her, give her your scenario. She'll be able to, work the figures and work all the information and get all the information, making sure your buyer does qualify. So with this program, the student loan piece, again, it's going to be 15% of the purchase price, max of $40,000. So anybody who's buying a $267,000 house or more, you'll be maxed at $40,000. With the student loan piece, it's tied to a 3-year deed restriction. So what that means, and I say this every time, stay in the house for 36 months. After 36 months, your buyer, the student loan debt gets forgiven. 36 months, 3 years, stay in the house, don't sell. After 3 years, the student loan debt gets forgiven. And what I always say, I wish I had that when I was going to school. Fortunately, that was quite a while ago, but still, it's out here now. So again, those are a couple different scenarios. Another thing also with this program, it's currently offered only under conventional financing. So it's currently only Fannie Mae. We have reached out to FHA to see if they'll agree to the terms on the deed restriction. That's what the tie-up is. If they agree to the deed restriction terms, and if they decide to offer the Smartbuy program, we'll definitely reach out to all of you, let you all know that FHA can be combined with this program, but right now it is only Fannie Mae conventional. I know I said quite a bit. Does anybody have any questions right now?
If you have any questions, come and type those questions over into the Q&A. Marla's been doing a fabulous job of answering questions. I just dropped a resource over in the chat, downpaymentresources.com. So tonight's program is geared towards realtors, one, to educate you about different programs, but more importantly, to show you how to leverage these programs in order for you to have content, generate leads, and put more people in homes. So we're going to bring everything together and show you exactly how to do all of that via Facebook Live or using Zoom. And you can stream from Zoom directly to Facebook or to YouTube. So you want to get a Zoom account. Now, Rosie has the IDA program. And one thing that we did receive an email earlier this week, I believe it was from you, Rosie, that if we adhere to the different rules and regulations in the city of Chicago, we could now layer programs where we can do your program in addition to the MMRP funds. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. You can't. Yep. No, it's not a secret. Spread the word. Yes, you can layer the MMRP with one of the IDA down payment assistance programs, but because I think our guidelines are a little stricter, so make sure you adhere to our guidelines in addition to the MMRP, the stricter of the two rules. But yeah, MMRP can be layered with IDA.
Excellent. So we also have Marla, because there has to be a lender willing to work in conjunction with IDA. What I will say, back in 1994, I actually purchased my very first piece of real estate, a 3-flat on 60th Street, using IDA. At the time, it was Beverly Bank on 103rd off of Vincennes that had the funds. And so my very first mortgage at the tender age, how old was I? That was 19. I was 24 years old, same age. I'm trying to put my son out the house. And think about this. Think about your friends who have not been able to buy a house because of student loan debt, and there's no age on that. They could have gone back to grad school or something of that nature. So easily people in their 50s and their 60s have student loan debt and might not have ever had the opportunity to own real estate. And then all of those recent college graduates who had to take student loan debt out, this is an opportunity for them. So think of them, think of their parents, think of their cousins and everyone else who deserves the right of home ownership. So Marla, we know we have this great program, but how do we work to get pre-approved in order to implement this strategy? Because this is a financing strategy, right? Absolutely. Into our lives, to get a tax write-off, to create a legacy, and to get rid of, I'm gonna say get rid of up to
Mhm.
$40,000 in student loan debt. How, how,
Absolutely.
how do we make that happen?
Okay. So for the first thing I want to point out is that as realtors, your job is to find people interested in buying homes, educate them about how they can buy homes, and then handle their objections to keep them on board with the plan of buying a home. So while it's great to know all these details, minimum credit score, debt to income ratio, which IDA program is best, you don't really need all of those details to get people interested. You just need a few talking points to remind people, hey, you can buy a home with very little money. Hey, we can help you with that, with your student loans. So if you just pick up a few sound bites, because I know like Rosie's got all the great information, but I know that's a little overwhelming for some of you. And if you feel overwhelmed by it, imagine how your clients feel if you start spewing all of those details to them. So I would recommend just to keep it really simple. We know one of the big objections that people have in homeownership is they think they need a lot of down payment money. So just by simply saying, hey, we have some options where you can buy a home with $2,000 to $3,000 total. For a lot of people, that's their tax refund plus their stimulus check they're going to get. That's enough money to buy a house. So those simpler talking points will get people interested, will handle their objections of the reason they haven't stepped forward before, and really get them in the door. Then once you connect them, that's where I do the nitty gritty. I can sit down with a spreadsheet, which is what I find enjoyable. Most people don't, but I'll sit there with a spreadsheet and do a side-by-side comparison of which down payment assistance is best for them. Compare the down payment assistance versus loans without the down payment assistance, and just do a side-by-side analysis so I can tell them specifically based on your goals, your budget, your qualifications, here is the best options for you, rather than just sort of spewing at them all of the information, because we know as salespeople, a confused mind says no. So we do not want to confuse people. We want to make it simple. We want to get their interest, and then we want to pass them on and keep them in the pipeline, following up with them. And someone asked in the questions that some people are concerned that the down payment assistance programs do have a slightly higher interest rate than some of the loans without down payment assistance. And that is something we do on a custom situation where we compare that. Some people, if they only have $3,000, they need the down payment assistance. It doesn't matter if their rate is slightly higher. And to be honest, we all know that even the slightly higher rate today is still historically ridiculously low. So they're still getting a fantastic deal. They're still benefiting from homeownership, building equity, all of that. So even if it's a little higher, it's not a deal killer. We should avoid presenting it to clients that way, because that makes them feel turned off. I don't want the higher rate. So it's not a bad deal. But if someone does have enough money for the down payment and doesn't need the down payment assistance, then I will do a side-by-side comparison and show them, yes, the interest rate might be a little lower without it, the monthly payment might be a little lower, and the trade-off is you spend more money at closing. And then they can decide which one they prefer, which one is better for them, and then they can go from there. But really, that is the main thing, is get people's interest, educate them that it's possible when they may think it's not possible, and then really get them in the door and connect them so they can learn. That's the main thing, is that when people don't know what they don't know, they're afraid and they don't take action. So if you can get them to the point that they talk to me, and then I give them a detailed plan that tells them, okay, this is what you qualify for, here's your purchase price, here's the program that's best for you, then they know what they don't know. They're not confused anymore. They're not scared. They have the information and they're ready to go. And in the case that someone doesn't qualify, they're still going to get a plan. They're going to get a plan that tells them, what do they need to do? Do they need to build their credit? Do they need to save more money? Do they need to get rid of some debt? So either way, they're still walking away with the confidence of knowing what the next steps are, and you as a realtor can then stay in front of them, keep your face in front of them, keep educating them, and keep them in the pipeline until they are ready to buy. But that's really it. Get their interest, use these as talking points. It's a great program. We get rid of your student loan debt. You could buy a house with potentially $2,000 or $3,000. Just use these simple talking points to really get their interest and alleviate those sometimes even subconscious assumptions they think that homeownership isn't for me. So the more you keep using those talking points and get them interested, they're going to come around. So that's what I would say.
Hey, Marla, can I jump in really, really quickly? Marla, Marky, Rosie. So we have a question about MMRP. We kind of skimmed over that, and we would be remiss if we did not talk and acknowledge the queen of exit strategy realty, as it relates to the MMRP program. Miss Nicole Wheatley, Community Development Consultant. So in her place, I would love to just kind of break down really quickly MMRP for everybody, because that is a subject and a topic that we did not dive into. I just want to know if I have the panel members blessed and to proceed.
Yes, you do. And I'm going to post a link with all of Nicole's information as you're telling them about the program.
Awesome. So our exit strategy realty peer, Nicole Wheatley, again, is a community development consultant. So she's really well versed in the MMRP. She is our MMRP expert. But because I've been on so many videos, I've done so much research on my own, I just want to share that this program is called the Micro Market Recovery Program. This is a city of Chicago focused program. This program will give you up to $15,000. Listen to this, up to $15,000 in down payment assistance. Now, this is only going to be for 10 particular communities. And you can go on that link to figure out which communities qualify for MMRP. But just to give you some quick hits to Marla's point, please don't data dump this information to your clients. Make sure that you have some quick hitters, something to capture their attention, and to make sure that you are seen as that go-to community realtor. So you must be a first-time home buyer or not owned your home in the previous 3 years. It must be owner occupied. The homes can be up to a 4 unit, but with Rosie's program, you can only do a 2 unit. So keep that in mind. So if you're trying to layer this program, you can only go up to a 2 unit, because IDA is going to take precedence. You got to respect IDA's requirements first and foremost. The home must be located in the city of Chicago's 10 MMRP areas. You must attend a HUD certified 8-hour online home buyer workshop. And if you decide not to go with IDA, but you still want to take advantage of the MMRP and you want to do a 2 to 4 unit, it is a requirement that you attend landlord training to make sure that you understand the Cook County Landlord Ordinance. So that one you can actually pair with either a conventional loan or with FHA financing. So Marky dropped the link in the chat. I just wanted to kind of back up so we can explain that to you all. That is a City of Chicago based program. Go ahead, ladies.
The landlord training, is that through CIC Chicago?
That's one of our industry partners. You can certainly, I believe that there are a list of organizations, but CIC and Jessica Civil, she's the bomb when it comes to that training. So if you all don't know her, please reach out. If you are thinking about, even if you're not thinking about taking advantage of any of these loans, or your clients, I should say, they should still, and we should still build that relationship with Jessica and CIC. So that's my spiel on MMRP. Shout out to Nicole Wheatley.
I just dropped the link for Jessica Silvers, the landlord training program through CIC Chicago. When I was active out here in the field, I would never allow a person to buy a multifamily property if they did not invest that time. At the time, it was Taft West. There's no reason for them not. I think it's $50. They learn about tax appeals, dealing with Section 8 tenants, how to appeal their taxes. I mean, is it 12? It's 12 hours of education. I've been through the program myself 3 times. Skylar is certified in landlord training. So I just dropped that link because if you're ever going to own and manage a unit that you do not live in, you want to take that program. I know that Marla's over in the Q&A. So here's what I wanted to show you guys. Some of you all know that I'm a very proud parent. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Can you see the picture of my son?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I wanted to walk you through was, this is my son, Skylar Lemons. His license, the ink wasn't even dry on his real estate license. And we had Skylar schedule an appointment with Rosie in order to do a Facebook Live training on these programs. But the proof is in the pudding. And I'm using him as an example because he is 24 years old. He has a bunch of friends who have student loan debt. One of the reasons is because a lot of his friends attended an HBCU college, and they tend to also have the highest student loan debt, outstanding debt out here. But I need to give you some dates so that you can understand the power of leveraging this program. Skylar passed the broker's exam here in the state of Illinois on December the 26th. Hallelujah, right? He then became a realtor member on January the 4th because it's the holidays, the office is closed, everything. On January the 6th, did I say July the 6th? So on January the 4th, and then on January the 6th, he did his very first interview. Now, everything that you're seeing, the branding and the marketing, was created with Canva. I highly recommend that every real estate professional get themselves a free Canva account. It's absolutely no excuse. And we've taught people how to create this same identical graphic with a tool called remove.bg, where Skylar was simply sitting in this chair. He actually had on his boxers, but you can't see that. I grabbed a picture of him because I told him this was the no excuse zone. We do not have time to wait for you to get a fresh haircut and all of that. Throw on a shirt, a blazer. Let's get this marketing out for your first Facebook Live video. This graphic right here is created because we created a free landing page using Google Forms. So everything was done for free. Here is the Facebook Live interview that was on Facebook. There were 1,700 views. A lot of people know that I don't care about how many people viewed it. I want to know, did people take action? Did they click on the link? And better yet, did people give us their contact information? So where you see the see more, there's an actual link. The link was created with another free tool called Bitly, bitly.com. Bitly is a URL shortener and customizer. So when I go and I look at the link that takes you to the Google form, I realize that since we did that event back on January the 6th, 300 people have actually clicked on the link. So of the 1,700 people who watched the video, 300 of them was curious enough to click on the link to see, hey, what is going on here? Well, because I use Bitly to measure everything, I'm going to show you how many people actually came to this form, looked at the form, and decided to give up their information. But keep in mind, everything is branded the same. This is considered a landing page, and realtors who have more landing pages generate more leads. You can use Google Form in order to create as many landing pages for free as your heart desires. These are the leads that it generated, and right now we are at 59. You see how the people came in. They came in like doorbusters on the 6th. And then, ever since then, people have consistently checked the link out, and provided their information. All of this was created for free because we decided to interview Rosie. I consistently encourage realtors to interview Rosie, to interview Marla, to interview lenders, because people want to know how financially they will get in a property. But here's a breakdown of those links. I know that 300 people actually clicked on the link to the landing page. Of the 300 people who received an automatic response that gave them links to the MMRP program and what is known as the Sheba report from the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, I know that 84 people clicked on the top link and 60 people clicked on the bottom link. So the reason I know marketing works, and this type of marketing works, is due to the fact that I am consistently looking at the numbers. But the tools, again, are Canva, get you a free account; remove.bg, free; Google Forms, free; Bitly, free. Okay. I know that some people have come over here to the chat in order to type in some questions that I will come and answer for you guys. But we're showing you how to generate leads. And in order as a realtor to earn a sustainable six-figure income, you need to add 2,880 contacts to your customer relationship management system annually, unless you have 100 to 150 raving fans. The question is, what are you going to do moving forward? So let me just take a look real quick in the chat to see if there were any questions that I needed to answer. Oh, Bitly is bitly.com. I will type that in over here in the chat for you guys. Yes, it is Jessica Civils at CIC. We dropped that link in for you. She has been overseeing that program since Taft retired and went over to a different organization. But a lot of people don't know this. Jessica Civil worked at the Chicago Association of Realtors for probably about 10 years. She was a young baby when she came to Carr and then went on to Arello, and now she's over at CIC. So, Nick,
Yes.
I know that we wanted, actually, it's back to Cassandra. Cassandra,
Back to I'm dropping links for us. Yes, ma'am.
you're dropping links for us. So, here's what's interesting because a lot of people want to know how is it that they didn't know who you were. You came into the real estate industry, kicked the door down, right? And said, I'm here, and where is Miss Cass? And I know that we've looked at your numbers and your substantial growth, but do you want to share with people your background and some of the things that you've done strategically in your business in order to have your
Absolutely.
first $1 million month back in September, and 2020 was your first full-time year in the business?
Yes, absolutely. So thank you for segueing into that. So I'll just say for those who don't know, my name is Cassandra Sneed. I got my license in 2018. I started with a boutique brokerage. I'm going to start there. But let me just share with you my background. I have no college degree. I dropped out of college. I have a GED. I was a single mother at 17. I was collecting $286 a month on welfare. And when Marky and I did my numbers for September, I forget how many years. I think I calculated that the amount it would have taken me 7 years to make the amount of money that I made in 30 days. You all, I'm saying this and I'm being transparent. Hey, I'm being transparent because I want you to know that if you do not apply what you receive, it is not going to work. But I also wanted to go back and say in 2018, I signed up with the boutique brokerage. And I felt obligated to sign up with this brokerage because I had known the managing broker. I'm not going to say names because that's not important. What is important is I didn't get what I was needing. She was taking 70%. I had no office to meet my clients at. I had no tools to market to my clients. I had no database. I had no platform. I had no training. I had no coaching. I literally had nothing in this boutique brokerage. And I have to shout out Foster as well as Marky, who said, well, you know what? Come over, take a look at Exit. I started by interrupting their book clubs. I I came through and I started with book clubs and I said, you know what? Let me see what this exit Kool-Aid is all about because I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, okay? So I came in, learned about the 411 accountability meetings, which we have weekly. Nick, Marky, Zeke, which is one of our newest additions to Exit, they do not play with you. They want you to succeed, but you have to want it. So I started that. And in November of 2018, I transitioned over to Exit Strategy. Now, let me share with you the growth that happened immediately. Immediately, I had a coaching with Nick. Immediately, I had a coaching with Marky. We started looking at my strategy. What was I doing wrong? They gave me hard, tough love. I didn't want to hear it. Nick was stalking me, asking me where my business plan was. I was like, I wish he'd find him something to do. I wish he'd go find him some business. Marky was texting me, I ain't got your business plan, boo. Where your business plan? But let me share this. Let me speed this up. In 2019, that was my part-time year. My total sales volume was 1.8 million in 2019. I wasn't even really trying. That was just me testing the water. That was part-time because I didn't tell you that I left my corporate job in 2017 cold turkey. Didn't know how I was going to make it. Going through a divorce, mind you. But I still ended up going to real estate school to get my license. 2019, hit the ground, started working with Exit, going through the trainings, going through the coachings, building my business plan, ended the year in 2019 and at 1.8 in total sales. Um, I saw my name climbing up the charts as far as my performance. I forget what number I ended up at in 2019, but I know that I did a hell of a lot better than I did in 2018 with no guidance. And this broker was literally eating all of my money. I had nothing to bring home to my family. And even if I wanted to meet clients, I had to meet my clients in Starbucks, you all, in a noisy Starbucks. So Exit Strategy Realty, one location, shortly after me coming on board, acquires the South Side location. So two locations, one on the North Side, one on the South Side. Shouts out to Mr. Zeke Morris, who's also a phenomenal mentor in this process. So you have Nick, you have Marky, you have Zeke Morris. 2019 ended at 1.8. I got my business plan ready for 2020. I thought I was doing something. I showed it to Marcus. She said, that's trash. That's trash. She's so glad she's on mute right now because she's gonna yell. She said, you know what? You can't, this is what she said, you can't build what you want to build in those communities. You got to make the money, then you got to go back. That's exactly how she said it. And she took my business plan and she tossed it to the side and she said, we gonna schedule another one-on-one. You need to go back to the drawing board. So that's how she did me. That is how she did me. And I put my tail in between my legs and I went back to the drawing board. I didn't even send it to Nick because I just knew he was gonna eat me alive if I if I showed him those numbers. So I went back to the drawing board and I went back to her and she broke it down as far as how many sales do you need to make? If this is your big figure number, this is how many sales you need to make. This is the amount of your sales. Nick came back and reiterated that with his coaching constantly. What are you doing, Cassandra? Stop doing this. You're going to burn yourself out. Do this. Don't do that. One of the biggest things that Nick taught me in 2020 was to be strategic with my open houses. Miss Cass loved to do 2-hour open houses, 2.5-hour open houses. Nick reached out to me immediately and said, stop. I said, let me do my little open house. Let me do my thing. Stop. You're going to burn yourself out. Do 1-hour power hour open houses. When I tell you, when I did that, I was able to utilize that extra time to now do more open houses in more communities, be more visible in the city of Chicago. That saved my career. That saved my life because I did feel like I was getting ready to have realtor burnout, which is possible. It's very possible. Fast forward to 2020. Let's talk about these 2020 numbers. Let me show you how God showed up in how he showed out for me. 2020, the end of 2020. Now, remember I told you in 2019, I was at 1.8 total volume. In 2020, I ended at almost 4 million in total volume. 4 million in total volume. My birthday month, the month of September, I closed over $1 million in sales. When I tell you the strategies that we have in this office, it is not Kool-Aid. I didn't even have to drink the Kool-Aid. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the numbers. This is where the money resides. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So I just wanted to share with you all, if you are serious, if you need coaching, if you need structure, I'm a Virgo. I need structure. I need accountability. If that's what you need, it's okay to admit that you need help. Even if you've been in the industry for several decades, we all can learn something from one another. I just wanted to share my story. I won't go too far deep into it because I get passionate about when I think about my success here at Exit. I'm just telling you that the tools are real. The training is phenomenal. The mentors are above and beyond, and they are all doing great things on the state level as well as the national level. So that's my spiel and that's my story. Back to you, Marky.
You know, sometimes it just warms my heart because I think about, we sat down and calculated the numbers. I said, girl, look, you would have been on public assistance over 7 years to get to what you earned in 1 month. But that comes back
Absolutely.
to the true power of real estate. And I think back to why I came into real estate, because I wanted to feel like a stay-at-home mom and earn an above average income. And real estate has exceeded all expectations for my life. And I'm clear about one thing. It's enough opportunity out here right now for everybody. But we
Definitely.
all have to be strategic. We all can have a niche. We can all shine together. And you just have to make up your mind. And I look sometimes at the chat and the Q&A, and honestly, what I hear is excuses. I hear excuse after excuse after. This is the no excuse zone. And I am dead serious. I tell people all the time, I will drag you with me, but I will not stop for you. Okay. That means we're gonna keep on moving. I might not be able to go as fast as I like to walk, and I like to walk fast. So no one is going to ever stop for you. You have to latch on to someone. And if you have to be pulled and dragged, then you have to be pulled or dragged. Some of you know that the running joke at my house is that my husband is holding on for dear life. And that's what he said. He said he is holding on for dear life because what he can't do is stop me. I told him what
Nope.
the agenda was when we got married. So, Nick, you've been quiet
Yes.
over there. What's going on, Nick?
Can I share my
Woo!
screen?
You surely can share your screen, Nick. Yes, you can.
All
Let me make sure
right.
that I've made you a co-host,
Watch this.
and you are free to share your screen. Our goal is that and it was like this, Cassandra, because we have a lot of people who come to book club who just come to book club and end up staying. Book club is open to everyone. Our 411 training is open to everyone.
It is.
Our company and our strategies are open to everyone. So we've come to realize, Nick and I have both been in the industry over 20 years. You never know who's going to sit across the table from you in the future. And oftentimes when we share the strategies, it's with someone we share the strategy with, and it makes the transaction a lot easier. Go on,
Well,
Nick.
thank you, Marky, for that. And Cassandra, I just adore you. I mean, I think that what you did this year was incredible. And I know that, this coming year is going to be even better for you. You deserve it because your hustle is incredible. I'm just going to go through some slides for you guys real quick. These are some that you probably have seen before if you've been around me. If not, hopefully we connect on social media after this. I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm talking about real estate all the time. You don't have to be an exit strategy to learn with me, but I will tell you the best stuff we save for our agents. So my goal for everybody, number one, for our clients, we want to give creative solutions, strategic counsel, ethical advice. We want to be a very well-rounded brokerage. We have 4 focuses at our brokerage. The first one is health and wellness. We want our agents, we want the public, we want our clients to be well. Second, we want to do good things in the charity and the community. We want to, thirdly, provide personal finance advice. So it's not just about real estate, it's about an overall personal finance. What's their structure? Can we get them out of debt? Is it student loan debt? Is it fixing their credit? We do a lot of seminars and workshops. And the fourth thing, obviously our fourth pillar, so to speak, is real estate, because that's what we're here and all about first and foremost. But we believe that the 4 pillars really work together. The vision for our brokerage, again, it's supposed to be well-rounded, but the opportunity for our agents is like no other that I've seen out there. I study the other models. We're not perfect. I don't think any brokerage or person is, but my goal is to get as many of our agents as possible to over 100% commission. I've been doing this, as Marky said, over 20 years, 23 years now. When I got in the business, I didn't think I'd be in the business forever. I fell in love with it, but I fell out of love with some of the things I saw in the industry. No retirement plan. Everybody's paying for their own health insurance. A lot of stuff out there that creates a lot of issues, tax issues, all kinds of personal finance problems that seem to be inherent in the business, no matter whether you're making no money or a lot of money. We have a lot of issues in the business, and I wanted to find a vehicle to get us out of some of those. And I found only the exit formula that would really work. I want to see all of our agents get multiple income streams. So how do we do that? First of all, Exit Realty, it's not a new company anymore. It was founded in 1996. A bunch of people from started at Remax. They were at that point the 100% company. Well, they formed Exit saying, what's better than 100%? Well, over 100%. How do you do that? You get 10% residual bonuses by helping the company grow. It's not multi-level, nothing wrong with that stuff, but that's not what we're about. We are simply a one level. If you introduce somebody, hopefully mentor them, help them grow while they're at Exit, and you stay at Exit, you're getting 10% residual bonuses on what they do, in addition to your own commissions. Primarily, my focus first and foremost is making sure that our agents are making well above a living wage. in their own commissions. And that happens through lead generation, lead conversion. And what we do at our office is leveraged events. Exit's not a new company. It's not a small company anymore either. There's over 20,000 agents and 600 offices across the US and Canada. And as of the other day, we passed over $500 million in residual bonuses to our associates. So you can ask their agents out there like myself, like Marky, that are making a significant amount of additional income through the residual bonus system. $500 million, that's not small money. And individually, there's some of us out there that are making a 6-figure additional income beyond our listings and sales. We got to sell real estate first and foremost. At our office, we're now over 270 agents strong across Northern Illinois. Last year, we closed over 250 million in sales with 250 associates. So we've jumped already another 20 agents in our office in the last 26 days. So we've been growing very quickly already this year. We opened in 2009. I am still selling real estate. I sell and I coach. I'm no longer a managing broker. I haven't been in a number of years, so I can focus on coaching agents on what I'm being coached on by the core coaching program, and consistently continuing to grow my own business. So we focus on team building, investing, work-life balance, tools, and technology. That's really the big stuff that we do. We're a debt-free operation. We've been open now 11 years, and we're very happy with the strategic trajectory we're on. And the strategic trajectory our clients are on. That's what I look at, is our clients, are they coming back to us? Are they buying multiple properties? Are they doing well with their investments? Are they happy with what they bought? How do we teach our agents? We do our events live. We simulcast them, broadcast them simultaneously through Zoom. We record them, and then they're on our private coaching blog, which is now 2.5 years old, has 25 chapters in it, hundreds of hours of content, and that is 24/7 access for our agents. What do our agents get? They get a CRM. That is the first and foremost, the biggest thing I can give you is a good CRM. I'm in the exact same tools you are for my business. So I'm going to be coaching you on what works for me. Same way with their front end websites. They're completely automated at this point. You can customize them. Those come through paid for by the office. We have an expert marketing suite from Exit. It is amazing for our listings, also to help you get more buyers. It's got a Facebook, Instagram tools, all different kinds of nice stuff for lead generation and lead conversion, lead capture. Lead capture is something Mark and I both talk about quite a bit. We're completely paperless, so you don't need to be physically in the offices ever. Obviously, we'd love to see you at one of our 2 offices, and we're about to look at lease space for a 3rd office in the suburbs, but you don't ever have to come in because we are .loop transaction management system, completely paperless, premium paid for all of our agents. You have me as your coach and mentor. We also have a full-time managing broker, Eve Benton, overseeing our offices. She's also a CE instructor, a pre-licensing instructor. We have a director of operations. She's been with us almost a decade. Laura Medina, if you guys know her, she's 24 years in the business. Our business manager, speaking of business, she's a full-time business manager. She's been with us over 5 years, master's degree in accounting. We have a graphic designer full-time for you guys. Our monthly training calendar is chock full of stuff, day and night. So you can see right now, we're here with you tonight. We're here during the day. We're all over the place with our agents. I will drive out if some of our agents are together. They say, Nick, we want to get together with you, and I'll drive an hour and a half sometimes to get to our agents and wherever they're at. I have events at my own house. We obviously have our 2 office spaces, you may already know. Everything in our offices are free. So free copies, free, all the training, all the coaching. We pay your E&O bill, all the technology, basically anything that you could probably need beyond your MLS dues, besides like a direct mail piece that you'd pay for on your own. All the basic tools that you need are provided by us, taught and trained by me, a support staff to help you with them. So you're not reinventing the wheel every day, or you're not going and paying for technology that you don't need. Nobody's coaching you on how to use, or you quite frankly can't afford. So that's really some of our basics. Commission splits. And again, I know I'm kind of impeding on the ladies' time, so I want to go quickly here. We start brand new agents at a 70-30 split. So that's 70% to the agent. Cassandra, we were talking about the opposite split that she was on at a brokerage at one point. 70% base split. After your first 20 deals in the industry, whether that takes you 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years at exit, or you did them at another company, wherever you are, when you hit 20 deals, sales and leasing combined, you will go to an 80% base split at our office, and it never goes down from there. In addition, beyond that, Any year you hit 100,000 gross commission income, we cap you. That means we go to 100% commission for the rest of the year. So you've got a base split. It's a pretty darn good split. If the full service brokerages were one of the best, and then you hit 100,000 in gross commission income, which is my goal for all of our full-time agents, then you go to 100% for the rest of the year. You factor in those bonuses. If you're going to sit there like Marky, like Cassandra, like myself, Lana that's on here tonight, our agents that are helping the company grow, they get the 10% residual bonuses. They're earning over 100% commission if they are smart about the way they are doing their business. And we want everybody in our office to thrive. My goal for all of our agents is to hit at least 100% commission, if not more so. It's $375 a year to be a part of Exit. For those that are wondering, that goes straight to Exit Corporate. You owe me $0.00. I have never charged our agents a dime. We have never charged the consumers a dime as well. So that is very important to me, that you are at what I call a net zero with me. If I don't help you grow, I'm not going to make any money either. Exit Corporate gets their $375 a year. That goes straight to them. You don't owe me a dime. I've never had any sort of office fee. We don't believe in charging the consumers a dime. You set your own commission rates. And then anything else from corporate, the only other time they're even going to come to you for anything is they have a little, what some people call a royalty. We call them transaction fees on your deals. It's on a sliding scale. That's right there on the screen, but that caps out as well. They want you also to go to 100% with them. When you hit $3,200 in fees from them a year, you go to 100% with them for the rest of the year. You don't owe them anything else either. One thing I think was really neat about Exit Corporate was when the market crash of 08, 9, 10 happened, they didn't lay off a single person. When COVID hit, you saw mass layoffs at a lot of our competitors. They didn't lay off a single person. When the dues renewals, the $375 that we all owe, including myself, to Exit Corporate every year, when that came around, they said, you know what, this has been a rough time. It's the first couple of months of COVID. We don't know how long it's going to go. They gave us all a discount and a payment plan. I was blown away. I'm like, you guys are the ones that haven't laid anybody off. You probably need the money more than we do. That's what they did for us, just across the board. So I've always been impressed by them and the tools they give us. I try to layer on top of that core coaching, things like that. We have an investors club. Everybody's in there for free. That means you're getting training, additional coaching. We actually have First Fridays at my house next Friday night for our agents, so we can get together, figure out what's going on with Bitcoin. How's that going to translate cryptocurrency into real estate? Really cool next level stuff. We just don't hear most of our competitors talking about SEP IRAs, investing for retirement, creating your own portfolio. They're really more concerned about getting commissions from you and your clients. Well, what about you at the end of the day? It's got to be a more well-rounded picture. That's what we're here for. Speaking of well-rounded, we have group health insurance. You do have to pay to get in it. However, it's a lot cheaper than the open marketplace. For most of us, after your first 30 days at Exit, you're eligible for that. You set your own commission rates. If you have to do a discount, if you want to charge a different commission structure altogether, if you need a shorter term commission or a listing or shorter term listing contract with your client, all of that is up to you. We let you set your own commission rates and terms. If you don't like it here, take your deals. We hope you'll be back. Sometimes we have agents that come back. So we don't sit there and charge you on deals that are pending any additional fees. That's something that a lot of our competitors do. You go to leave the company, they try to hold your listings. They try to take an additional split on your deals. We don't do that kind of stuff here. We want a happy, copacetic environment. We're not perfect, but we are pretty darn aggressive with trying to make it as close as possible to perfect. If this sounded good, I know I don't want to take too much more of your time. Go to teamlibert.com. That's team, L-I-B as in boy, E-R-T.com. That has more resources. That's where you can schedule an interview with me. If somebody talked to you about Exit from our office, you can even just put it right in there that they talked to you, so I can reach out to them and get more information and see if we can schedule a 3-way Zoom or something like that. Anything else for me, just feel free to reach out to me directly, and I won't take any more of your time. I'll stop screen sharing. Appreciate your guys' time, and thank you guys for an amazing session.
Well,
Hey, Nick,
thank you.
hold on 1 second. I just want to say, one of the things that is phenomenal about our office as well is the marketing. We have an on-site graphic designer. You all understand the cost to getting a flyer design. We have on-site graphic designer who is willing. This is what she does. She is willing to jump on a Zoom call with you to help you design your graphics. This is an additional amenity, and it is included in your fees here at Exit. I cannot tell you how much money that has saved me. An on-site graphic designer. Try to get somebody outside to design you a graphic and tell them that you want to sit on the Zoom for 30 minutes to design a graphic and ask them how much that's going to cost. One graphic. This young lady, Amanda Pascat of Visual Elements, takes care of all of our graphic design. She is timely, she is efficient, she is on point. I just wanted to point that out because you can't find that at a lot of different companies. A lot of other companies are going to either make you use a strategic template, and if you want to go outside of that template, you are responsible for paying for your own design. At Exit Strategy Realty, we have an on-site graphic designer. So I just want to put that out there. So when you all see those sexy flyers that we got going on, yes, that's included. I'm
All
done.
that's
Back to
Yeah, all that stuff comes from Amanda, and she's amazing. I pay for Amanda for all of our agents because, quite frankly, Marky's got some amazing stuff on Canva. I sat there using Canva. My stuff did not look that great. I knew I needed to master it. By the time I mastered it, I was out of lead generation. I wasn't doing what I preached to the agents. And if you're out there at a competitor and you're anywhere in Chicagoland, and even remotely, I can coach you remotely. Ask who your coach is, ask what volume they did last year, ask what accessibility they have to you right now this year, the same way that you guys can go on teamlivert.com. That's where Cassandra, Marky, anybody else can come with me and Zoom with me, talk to me directly. Come over to my house, come meet at one of our offices. We got 2, we're about to have 3. We're doing some really good stuff, and it's because of the energy of people like Marky and Cassandra that we're growing so fast. So I really appreciate them. And by the way, Marla, always a pleasure with you. Marla has been my personal lender for my own stuff for dozens and dozens of my clients year after year for over a decade. So that is somebody that has really helped me out and watched me grow as I watched her grow. So it's been a pleasure.
Well, I did tell Rosie, I told Rosie, I said, I want to be able to come back and say that we were the most influential people in getting the word out about the program. And so I believe we are going to be the most influential people in creating new homeowners in 2021. All right. So that is the goal. I want to thank Rosie and Marla for being here with us this evening. Everyone who is here live in attendance, you will receive an email follow-up within 48 hours of the video replay, and I will include all of the links to all of the information that we've talked about so that you can reach directly out to Rosie, you can reach directly out to Marla, you can reach directly out to Nick, Cassandra, or myself. And here's the thing. If you vibing with our strategy, but you don't vibe with a person, we got a person for you to vibe with, okay? We are the #1 LGBT most diverse top producing office in the city of Chicago. Okay, so we like the Rainbow Coalition, all right? And I'm proud, I'm proud to say that. So we got it for you. Well, how you do it is how you do it. We just want to make money together, everybody. So an email, that's it. An email will go out within 48 hours with everyone's information. And Cassandra, because this was Cassandra's idea. She does this on, is it the 3rd Monday? So now we're doing it the 3rd Monday. And for those who can't attend the 3rd Monday, we're doing that repeat on the, is this the 4th Tuesday of the month? So next month, guys, put us on your calendar because next month we're going to talk about them appraisal issues and why these properties are not getting freaking financed, right, Cassandra? Wasn't that next month? And then the month after that, some of you might have seen my Facebook Live video, but we're going to talk about writing contracts that get accepted by sellers. And my #1 tip is your first offer should be your best offer if you're serious about buying. And so, Cassandra, anything you want to say in closing?
So all I want to say is thank you all for joining. Thank you for being a part of this. I want to just double back on the building the team because I want you all to think bigger. I am building a nationwide team. Exit Realty Corp allows you to build a team nationwide. My first team member is not even in the state of Illinois. I just collected residuals from a from a state that I'm not even in. Hello, Mississippi. Thank you for my residual check. For my team member down south, I just want to shout that out. So think bigger. When you think exit, think bigger. We are in almost every state. So that means you can essentially build your team out in every state. So think beyond the state of Illinois. Think bigger. Marky said, if your dreams don't scare you, you ain't thinking big enough, baby. If your goals don't scare you, you're not thinking big enough. So I said, well, I'm going to build my team outside of Illinois. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But thank you all for joining. We're excited. We'd love to have you as a member. Stop by our book club, come by 411. And that's all I got, Marky. I'm getting ready to eat dinner shortly, so I'm ready to wrap it up. I'm hungrier than that thing.
Well, let's go on and turn this music on and take us out of here on a bang, because I like to end and start on a bang. And we are elated that everyone had the opportunity to join us. And let's go on and hit that beat real quick so y'all can slide on up out the door. Good night. Good night. So Cassandra can have her dinner. She needs her energy. What? Cause we about to double down where the money resides, where the money resides.